Welcome to the A Monday Moment with Dr. Mal podcast, where each week I, Dr. Mal, share life lessons and motivation to kickstart your Monday. Whether you're starting your day or winding down, join me or me and my future guest for a burst of positivity and a fresh perspective. Let's make Mondays meaningful together. Greetings and happy Monday, everyone. I'm your host, Dr. Mallory D. McCoy, and welcome to this week's episode of A Monday Moment with Dr. Mal. As always, may this broadcast bring you what you need in the present moment. May my light exude positivity and kindness, and may my love be extended to all who could use a little extra. Ashe. Let's seize the moment. Well, welcome back, Mal. Woo! I know that it's been a while since you've seen me, and honestly, it's been a while since I've seen myself. I now come to the realization that the first part of this year was an out-of-body experience. And ever since my son and I transitioned from Kansas City to St. Louis, all I've been able to do is rest, recover, reflect, and renew my mind, body, and spirit. My body it's literally not let me do anything else. There were so many days and so many nights that I wasn't getting adequate sleep, and I was working so hard physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally to stay balanced or some semblance of a balance. But I realize now that I was completely detached from my body. One thing I know in this part of my life is that that's how my body responds to trauma. When I'm experiencing a trauma, I'm literally not conscious of my body or even in my body as I'm experiencing the trauma. And so anyway, I had these whole entire plans to execute when I moved here to St. Louis, but I've only been able to do a fourth of them. And it's because my body is like, no, you need to have several seats. You need to sit down. I've been sleeping in. Later, I'll roll over, look at my phone. And it's like 10 o'clock. Luckily, my son is also resting. Since we're energetically connected, I know that the first part of the year was also as energetically draining to him as it was to me. And so we have just been in a recovery space. And at first I felt guilty to sit on the couch and be like, is there something I should be doing right now? And no, nothing would come up. There's absolutely nothing I needed to be doing at that time. I have gotten back into Pilates. My son and I, we've just been having fun. So while it was his summer break, we were moving. We moved 3 times practically. And so he never got time to decompress. And although I started homeschooling with him, it's been a slow progress. And I've been giving him micro lessons, which that's what works best for him anyway. But it's also because we just need to be. We just need to be. I have been literally giving myself permission to be. And so I'm grateful. And I'm grateful to be in a safe and beautiful space, to have this window of time to just be. We've been able to sleep with the windows open. We're in St. Louis County. And aside from the occasional siren, the occasional flight, and the occasional dog barking, it's literally been quiet and peaceful. I was led to this space. I asked Spirit, I was like, please give me discernment so that I know where I need to be. And this is exactly where I need to be. And not that we're not ever where we need to be when we are, but when you trust and you have faith that you are never going to be led astray, it just makes those decisions so much more amazing. And I stand in awe and I stand in gratitude and great reverence for my spirit team who works tirelessly to make sure that my son and I are okay.
Speaking of homeschooling, I am so grateful that I had the enlightenment to homeschool my son. In this time, I've learned so much about him and learned so much about me. Converting from a classroom teacher in the public school system to homeschooling, it certainly is different. It's completely different. It's much more lax and it's much more free. And so I know that he appreciates it because he does not like formal learning and he fought me. Oh, trust, we fought at the beginning, but now he's in a routine and every day, even when we're not actually having school that day, he still is going and making sure that we do our yesterday was, today is, tomorrow will be. He chooses his letter of the week, his number of the week, his shape of the week, and I'm going to add color of the week next week. And so he is just flourishing. He's just flourishing and he feels safe. I feel safe and all is well. My landlord is incredibly nice. The concept of having a landlord when you are a landlord is new for me, but it's what I need. So here we are. And Spirit is certainly helping both Raymond and I acclimate to this new way of life. And so I'm just grateful for it. And then lastly, I'm celebrating that I signed up for year 2 of being with the Alive Podcast Network. Whoop, whoop. I'm grateful to be a part of a podcast network, a podcast platform that centers Black voices, which are incredibly important in every conversation that's had all over everywhere. So let me jump right into it. The next 5 episodes that I'll be doing in this season, this is actually I mean, I haven't really done the season thing. This is episode 71. I have done 71 episodes so far. It's wild. But I have been challenged to speak about my healing journey. And it's an ongoing journey. I wear this necklace quite frequently, healer, because that is what I've been tasked to do. However, the healer is not always completely healed. I don't think that we're ever completely healed. In fact, I did a podcast a while ago called Healing Hurts. And in that, I threw up a stat about how when we heal something, we never actually get to 100%, but we can make strides to get toward that healing. But it's hard and sometimes cyclical. So I'm going to be talking about my healing journey and the unconventional avenues that I've taken to heal because they aren't exactly the avenues that people are either comfortable with or know a lot about. And so with these next 5 episodes, I hope that I'm able to help you find alternative modalities that heal, especially if you've used other modalities, maybe centered in Western medicine and things like that, that aren't working. And I have all the reasons why they don't work and they're not effective for long-term healing. So that's what I wish for you because I also wish that for myself. So today's episode is about the sound is the medicine. That's the title. And today I'll be sharing how sound saved my life, how I've used sound to heal others, how sound healing evolved in my life, why our current world needs more vibrational prescriptions and fewer pills. Amen to that. How you already use sound in your everyday life as therapy, even if you may or may not realize it yet, and what you can expect when you sign up to take a sound healing class from me. So I can't speak for every sound therapist, but I can certainly speak for myself. So now you know I'm team hashtag facts over feelings. So let's get into it. Did you know that sound has been used as medicine for thousands and thousands of years? This is nothing new, y'all. Indigenous communities use drumming and chanting for ceremonial healing. We all know that. Tibetan monks still use harmonic overtones and singing bowls because it's a form of healing. And in today's modern world, a 2016 study in the Journal of Evidence-Based Integrative Medicine found that sound meditation significantly reduces tension, fatigue, anxiety, and depression, even just after one session. 87% of people felt better emotionally after a sound session, and 80% had less physical pain or discomfort. Now, if we know sound has the capacity to do all of that, then why don't we prescribe it more? Why is it not prescribed more? When a patient says, I'm anxious, the doctor prescribes a medication, but doesn't say, go ground yourself, sit in a sound bath, and dance it out with some Afro beats for 30 minutes or your music of choice. I say all that to say we actually access healing through sound in our day to day life. You've already been healing yourself with sound your whole entire life. Something about me, sound has literally been the bedrock of my healing my entire life. In high school, I was deeply involved in music, choir, band, solo competitions, musicals. If it had a note or beat, I was there. Music kept me out of trouble because I didn't have time to get in trouble because I was too busy tuning into my spirit. And music was literally my compass, my center point, my safe space. And I've spoke about this before. Music saved my life. And when I became a teacher, I spent 14 years in public school, but 16 years as a music educator. And I didn't just teach students, I taught souls. I even call myself a soul teacher because music speaks directly to the soul. It bypasses logic and speaks directly to the spirit. It's wild because I've played a lot of instruments in my life and still do play instruments, but sound bowls was never one of those instruments that I've ever played until spirit sent them to me. It was literally a gift. I was gifted a set of sound bowls in September of last year. So it's so wild that I'm talking about how sound is healing and how sound has changed my life a year after I was gifted this set of sound bowls. And with no formal training outside of the choral music education degree that I have, no specific certificate to teach sound healing, just dreams and divine instruction. I'm literally moving how spirit's telling me to move. And I didn't know it at the time, but I began building Sacred Sound Sundays. Sacred Sound Sundays actually came from a dream. I was asleep and I woke up and I moved on my dream. Literally. And here I am 1 year later offering sound baths to whatever community that I'm in because at first it was Kansas City. Now it's Kansas City and St. Louis, but I plan to do sound baths all over the world. So, yes, sound is ancient. Yes, sound is scientific, but for me, sound is deeply personal. It saved me more times than I can count. It continues to be my compass, and now it's the medicine that I get to share with the world. So now, y'all know the why behind how I got here. Let's talk about the what it actually does. Let me say it plainly. Sound healing is not just a trend. It's a tool, a powerful one, a sacred one, and it's working on you whether you know it or not. So, what are the real benefits of sound healing? Let's start with the science. Neurologically, sound therapy can help regulate brainwave activity. When you're in a go, go, go mode, pick me, I was in a go, go, go mode for years. That's what we call beta brainwaves. You're anxious, irritable, scattered. But sound healing can gently guide you into alpha and theta states, the ones associated with deep relaxation, meditation, and healing. Physically, sound has been shown to lower blood pressure, reduce heart rate, balance cortisol levels, your stress hormones, improve immune system responses, and even ease chronic pain. So, yes, it's giving restorative realness. And emotionally, sound helps us regulate the nervous system and move stuck energy. Think about how you cry when a song hits you in the right way, or how a drum beat can make your whole body want to move. That's emotional regulation through vibration. And then there's the spiritual level, of course. This is the one that Western medicine doesn't really talk about because Western medicine does not consider the spirit body at all. But I'm going to go there because that's where I live. Sound moves energy. Sound realigns our chakra centers. Sound dissolves trauma, and sound clears space, both within and around you. When I use my bowls, my ocean drum, my buffalo drum, and my drone flute, I'm not just playing an instrument, I'm facilitating a whole energetic reset. And sometimes the release is subtle. You sleep deeper, you breathe easier, you feel lighter. But sometimes you actually go somewhere. Let me tell you about what happened to me. So, not only do I provide sound bowl healing, but I also go to get sound healing. And my friend Alexandria, shout out to Soluna Metanoia in KC, she has a sound bed. And when I did my sound bed session with her, I journeyed in my conscious, subconscious to places I have never been, but were revealed to me. I was taken through past lives. I saw myself burning at the stake, literally burning at the stake, a healer persecuted for her power in a past life. I was a warrior. I had sword in hand, kind of like that movie with Viola Davis. Oh, the name is escaping me right now, but yeah, that movie. I was tearing people up. I was a monk on top of a mountain. It was this beautiful scene. It was almost like I was the drone camera watching myself sit atop of this rock that extended out, kind of like the rock in Lion King, how it extended out above like this whole plain, and then the mountains were surrounding me. It was just so beautiful. Yeah, I saw all of this while I was experiencing the sound bed. I was being loved fully and passionately by this beautiful man, and simultaneously while that was happening, so this one scene I'm just in passion with this beautiful man, and then in another scene I'm running away from this black cloud, and now I know that's kind of mirrors a very near future. The black cloud, though, I've already had that experience. That was my most recent experience, and even releasing that energy as I transitioned to St. Louis. That was the most mind blowing part of my sound bed healing because it was so intimate, so powerful, so sacred, and my body was having a reaction to what my mind was doing. It was so crazy. Well, it wasn't crazy, it was divine. And then in the last scene, I was literally shooting up like a rocket through all of these black stars. It was like the black abyss, but I just was shooting straight up like a comet. I had this glow on me. And so I know that that is also a part of my near future where the stars are already aligning to for me to experience that. Not in that way, but as far as like all the things that are coming to me that spirit is preparing me for. So I'm so grateful. It was so beautiful. I came home and I journaled like 5 pages because I did not want to forget what I experienced. It was so healing beyond words. Sound brought me there. Sound brought that healing to me. And I want others to have that too. I give you all of that to say sound healing is multidimensional healing. It works on your body by calming inflammation and tension. It works on your mind by slowing down thought spirals and anxiety. It works on your emotions by allowing stuck energy to move. It works on your spirit by helping you remember who you are, baby, because we are here to remember who we are. And lastly, it helps to work on your energy field by clearing out energetic debris you didn't even know that you were carrying. So many of us are carrying bags. Every time I think about that, I think about Erica Badu when she said, "Pack light." Some of us do not pack light. Some of us are really, really heavy. And sound can be one of those modalities to help you to move through the heaviness that you carry around every day. So let me say it one more time for the people in the back. Sound is the medicine. It's been here, it's already worked in your life, and it is yours to access right in this very moment. So whether you're in a sound bath class with me or any other practitioner, or just vibing out to that playlist of music that makes your soul exhale, you're healing in all of the aforementioned ways. So if you're listening to this and you're tired, baby, if you're anxious, overwhelmed, disconnected, or depleted, like most of us are, right? Well, I would love to invite you to come rest at Sacred Sound Sundays. You don't need to know anything about sound healing. You just need to be open to the healing. Don't let skepticism or a closed mind stop you from experiencing wellness and relaxation for your somatic body. So, I have been offering two classes, the Soul Collective sessions and the Divine Feminine sessions. My Soul Collective sessions are for everybody. They're designed for every soul, no matter who you are and how you identify, truly open to everyone. My Divine Feminine classes, however, are designed specifically for women with wombs. I'm very intentional about holding a sacred space for wombs because there's an energy that the womb carries that needs special nurturance. The womb is literally the portal to worlds in different dimensions. Literally. And because there are not enough safe spaces for wombs to exist in our current paradigm, this space will serve as one of few. And so, if you decided to come to class, which I hope you will, each class starts with an intention for our time together, a brief introduction for my new clients joining me to reiterate the intention. And then we'll move into a breathing exercise. And then, after the breathwork exercise, the visualization will start to further relax your body to receive the sound healing. Then the sound healing starts, and it's a combination of sound bowls, the buffalo drum, the ocean drum, the rain stick, my drone flute snow, and my voice. I actually use my voice during session. And the combination of instruments and the length of time each instrument plays depends on what I'm led to use during each session. I've pre-thought about it because it depends on like the session title. However, most of the time I'm letting spirit lead me. I'm letting spirit let me know what you need. And that's been beautiful. After the sound healing part, you will be led through another visualization that brings you back into the space consciously. And then I close the session with love and do a collective card pool from a deck spirit guides me to bring in each session. So, hey, Dr. Mel, aren't you only doing classes in St. Louis? Well, yes, I am only doing physical classes in St. Louis right now. Where I'm at is St. Louis. And so I'm doing physical classes here, but I'm going to be streaming my Soul Collective class live. It's a beautiful experience in person, of course, but I realize some of you won't be able to make it and access me unless I'm streaming. So there I will be. That means no matter where you are, whether you're in bed, which I personally recommend because when I did my sound bowl healing, I was on a bed, on your porch, or listening in the stillness with your crystals on deck, you can join me for a full sound bath experience virtually. So all you got to do to take advantage of this is head to whenmallorylives.com, register for the class. I'll send a link when the class is going to start on that day, and then you can tune in from wherever you are. I'm so excited to offer this. Again, my website is whenmallorylives.com. I'm truly honored to help you to receive this type of medicine. Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a quote and 10 affirmations to carry your spirit this week. The quote that I have for today is a quote by Doreen Davis. She says, "Life as manifested is vibration. Vibration is motion. Therefore, all life is in motion. Harmony of vibration unites life forms." Mm. Let that simmer in your spirit a bit because it takes a little bit for you to get what she's saying. Yeah, harmony is where it's at. That we need a whole lot of that right now. And for the 10 affirmations, you can repeat after me or just let these flow into your subconscious. I am tuned into the frequency of peace. My voice carries medicine. I honor the healing power of vibration. I give myself permission to rest and reset. Sound moves through me and restores balance. I receive divine instruction through music. My body knows how to heal, and sound reminds it. Ooh, that's a good one. I am safe, seen, and supported in the sound. Every cell in my body dances in harmony. I am the instrument, the melody, and the medicine. Amen to that. I felt that, and I hope that you feel it too. Well, that's all for me this week. I'm forever honored that you tune in. Thank you for listening, for sharing, and for showing up again and again. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your good vibes and prayers. If you've been sending those my way, I feel them. We feel them, my son and I, because it's just been so good. It's been unbelievably peaceful. And I've never experienced this level of peace before in my adult life. So I'm grateful for it. You are not alone. You are held. You are whole. May you vibrate with purpose. May you harmonize with your higher self. And may you never forget the sound is the medicine. The next episode is called The Breath is the Medicine, and I'm inviting my first guest of the season. We will be speaking about the power of the breath and its importance on our healing journey. You don't want to miss it. Until then, love and peace to all of you. Have the best week.
Thank you for tuning in for a Monday Moment with Dr. Mal, now proudly a part of the Alive Podcast Network. You can find this show on the Live Podcast Network website and app, and you can find this podcast streaming across your favorite podcast streaming platforms. If you love to have the visual, you can tune into my YouTube channel, When Mallory Lives, to see this show and catch up on all my shows from the beginning.